Meet Charlie Phillips, a celebrated photographer whose journey began in Jamaica and flourished in London's Notting Hill. Arriving in the UK with the Windrush generation, a chance gift of a Kodak Brownie camera ignited his passion for photography. From the 1960s to the 1980s, Phillips captured the vibrant life of the African-Caribbean community, photographing everyday scenes and iconic figures. His lens chronicled legends like Jimi Hendrix, Muhammad Ali, and the everyday heroes of Notting Hill. His acclaimed works, such as Notting Hill in the 60s and How Great Thou Art, showcase his profound ability to tell stories through images. Phillips's photographs have been exhibited at prestigious venues like Tate Britain and the National Portrait Gallery, earning him recognition as a visual poet of Britain's multicultural heritage.
I never meant to be in photography, but I really wanted to be an opera singer, and I wanted to be a naval architecture, but it was during the epoch of the Cold War, and we used to have a lot of American GIs, and he left a camera with my dad, and he pawned it out for about $10, you know. I bought a book for 10 shillings at the time, Do-It-Yourself Photography. That's how I learned. I'm self-taught. I'm not the perfect photographer, but I've made a lot of mistakes. But, you know, some of my work is accepted. During La Dolce Vita epoch was one of the most interesting parts of my life because I met so many people. I didn't know who they were at the time, but it's later on in life I found out who they were. And for some unknown reason, I found out that some people take a liking to me, you know? One of the biggest days of my life was meeting Fellini, and he gave me an extra in La Satyricon. After that, I've made my base now in Milano, because it was short. Could take a train up to Cortina during the winter time, and that's where all the celebrities and the paparazzi were going to used to join in. And I made friends with some other Italian photographers and all that. They accepted me. Some of my work was in the Italian Harper's Bazaar, because I'm also fond of taking horses, because I'm a country boy deep down. And I used to do a lot of photographing in San Siro. I've done some photographs for Harper's Bazaar, Italian Harper's Bazaar. I've done photographs for Hell, you know, and most of these photographs are destroyed now because when I came back to England, nobody believed I took these photographs. Nobody believed that I had an exhibition in Cortina and Milano. It wasn't until an American magazine, been here for over 50 years, and I've been taking photographs out by them, and it's an American magazine who had to do an article about me. And it came on the website, Who the Fuck is Charlie Phillips, yeah? And this is how I got a bit of fame, which was 50 years too late. It had to be an American magazine. This is when Muhammad Ali came to Switzerland, yeah? This is another one of my iconic shots, Muhammad Ali. The reason why this photograph is very important is because I thought it would open the doors for me. Frame on the film. This was in Switzerland. He was waiting to get his license back, so he had to fight in Switzerland for some money. This is Masrana in Via Condotti. Yeah, that's where I used to hang around. He was supposed to prize, but I met him many a times after, you know. When I came back to England, nobody believed I took these photographs. As I said, some people just took a liking to me, and it was this fashion house who invited me to take the photograph, and it's become an iconic image over there. They always say, shoot and ask questions after. I imagine myself as being a hunter, and you're being a prey, you know, and I capture it. It was an experience working on the Fellini movie. He's one of the directors I admire most because of his color keys. You know, working on films, you can pick up a lot from the director's point of view. And three directors I admire very much. The first one is Stanley Kubrick. He should have been a photographer. I picked up a lot of tips from him, especially his composition. David Lean as well, for his composition. Yeah, when you see Lawrence of Arabia, that long shot, it's mind-blowing. But out of the lot, Stanley Kubrick is my favorite, you know. For natural lighting, I always have to look at Sergio Eisenstein for Battleship Potemkin. This is where I pick up. And you can see in some of my image, I adopt some of the same principles in his lighting. Yeah. There's quite a few women photographers who loves to take my photographs. She was only 19 when she took that photograph of mine, you know, and it becomes an iconic image. It's now in the National Portrait Gallery. The whole industry now has changed a lot. It's more open to art. People expressing themselves. You go outside nowadays, every wall or every space, you see art. Yeah, art doesn't have to be in a gallery anymore. People want to hear my story because they still don't think that people like us exist. We've been shunned, you know. Rent my own place out and do events for myself now. I'm stopped knocking on doors since 1973 after what I've been through, and it was a waste of time knocking on doors. So I've started to do things myself, whether publishing, writing, and giving talks and performance myself.
What do you miss about Italy, Charlie?
The food, the Dolce Vita epoca, those days will never come back again because we used to love going down to Calabria. You know, it was like Jamaica. Oh gosh, I used to love Calabria. Oh, that's one of the first. This one is one of the first carnival, and it was they dedicated a mural of. Yeah, they dedicated a mural of this photograph in Notting Hill Gate to honor me. And you know the bastards when they paint over it. Mm-hmm. Sorry about the language, yeah, but sometimes you have to leave Jesus on the mantelpiece. Sometimes. Yeah.